1 second.
Sir, your voice is not coming.
Yeah. Wait. I'm talking. Right. Now, coming to the dimensions and units, right? So you might have studied about mass, length, and time are the primary or fundamental dimensions, right? What is a dimension? Any physical quantity that can be characterized by its dimension. Okay, so the magnitude assigned to the dimension are called units. Let us take, for example, mass. Mass is the characterized mass is having a symbol of m, and the dimension for mass will be kg. Okay, and similarly, length is the dimension L, and its unit is the meter, and similarly, time, temperature, and mole. So these are the fundamentals or primary dimensions. So based on the fundamental or primary dimensions, we are going to derive the derived dimensions. If you make use of, let us say, how to calculate velocity. Velocity is nothing but distance by time. Distance is nothing but length. Time is the t, L by t. So the velocity is derived from the two fundamental quantities, that is length and time. Therefore, velocity is called as secondary dimension or derived dimension. In the same way, force. If you see force, force is the product of mass into acceleration. Okay, so mass times the acceleration is called force. So in order to write the dimensions for the force, you require mass units, length units, as well as the time units, because acceleration is nothing but velocity by time, velocity is nothing but length by time. So therefore your force is also derived from the fundamental units, right? So the units which are derived from the fundamental units are called derived units, and the dimensions are called derived dimensions. Yeah, now you can see in graphically. So dimensions are of two types. What is dimension? It is a measurement of physical quantity. So we have fundamental dimension and derived dimension, and mass, length, time, temperature, current, a mole. These are the fundamental units or fundamental dimensions, and velocity, energy. These are derived by using the fundamental units. These are called secondary or derived dimensions. In the same way, units also fundamental units, derived units. So what are the fundamental units we have? Kg, meter, second, mole. These are the fundamental units. And by using that, we are going to derive the units. These are called derived units. Now you can see in this table, the green colored one is the fundamental unit and the black colored one is the derived unit. So m is the mass, the unit is the kg. And usually earlier days we are going to use CGS, MKS, right? Nowadays we are using system of international units. So earlier we have English system also. Now the system we are using following in India is the SI system. And the SI system, the mass unit is the kg, and length unit is the mass, and time unit is the second. Temperature is Kelvin. It's not degree Kelvin. It is only Kelvin. And amount of matter, that is nothing but moles, kilomoles. And this velocity is meters per second. Energy is joule, and volume is meter cube. Force is Newton. Can anyone define what is meant by Newton? Anyone can unmute and answer me. How to define a Newton? Anyone? Please unmute your mic
Sir,
and
it
answer.
is uh,
Yeah, please.
accelerating kg per
kg
meter.
into meter by second.
Yeah, I'm not
kg
asking
into
about
meter
the
per
dimension.
second.
Listen. I'm not asking about the dimension. I'm asking the definition of Newton. How to get the Newton? Tell me. It is the m into a. Yes or no? Kg into
Yes,
meter
That's the
per.
mass
Yes.
into acceleration.
Force needed to accelerate a body of
Yes, exactly, right. So 1 Newton can be defined as the force required to move a body of mass 1 kg with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square is called Newton. Clear now? This is the
Yes, sir.
fundamental definition of the Newton. Wherever you go after completion of your BE, if you go for interview, first question will be what is Newton. If you say it is kg meter per second square, there is no meaning of that.
I'm
You
not
should
responsible
define
for
in a way that it is the amount it is the force required to move a body of mass 1 kg with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Is it is clear? Force definition?
Yes.
Yeah, please
Yes.
mute yourself,
Yes,
all of
sir.
you. Yeah, right. Now, similarly, power. How to define power? Power is nothing but rate of doing work, right now? So that is force into displacement is nothing but power per second, rate of doing work per second, right? So work is the Newton meter because force into displacement. Force is unit has Newton and displacement has unit of meter. When Newton meter is joule, that is the work done, but power is equals to work done with respect to time. So therefore Newton meter per second is nothing but joules per second is nothing but the watt. So this is the unit for the power. Okay, similarly pressure. How to define a pressure? Pressure is nothing but it is the force per area. So force units just now we know it is a Newton, area units are meter square. So therefore pressure units are Newton per meter square. There are other units are also there. So one bar is equals to, we have 1 bar, 1 atmospheric pressure is 1 bar, right? So other units also we have Newton per meter square, Newton per mm square, Pascal. These are the other different types of units. In SI unit, so the pressure units are Pascal. Okay. Now, so this is what I now. Can anyone tell me roll number 5 is there? Roll number 5.
No, sir. I think.
No. Roll number 7.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Roll number 7 is there?
Yes, sir, Charan.
Charan, can you speak? Hello.
He was absent. I think.
Okay. What is your roll number?
No, sir, he's present, sir.
Yeah. Who is talking? What is your roll number?
23, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell me your weight? Just
Sir,
approximately.
60.
Huh?
60. 60,
60,
sir.
60 grams.
Kilo, sir.
KG.
Sorry.
60 kgs.
60 kg. Right. Anybody? Anybody? One more answer I want.
Sir, mine is 68, sir.
68. What is your weight?
Sir, 65, sir.
Yeah, 65. What is your weight?
Weight is 65, sir.
Weight is 65. It's okay. Next, anybody? Any other person?
Sir, Vishal.
Yeah, number one. Number one. What is your weight?
45 kg.
45 kg. Yeah. Please mute yourself. I will tell you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, our humans are addicted to some mistakes, actually committed to some mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly. Let us say, whenever the person is asking what is your weight, we are habituated to tell in terms of mass. We are saying that it is 50 kg or 60 kg or 65 kg. It is not at all weight. It is your mass. If you multiply your mass with the gravity, then only it is converted into weight, and weight doesn't have any units of kg. The weight is always same units as force, that is nothing but the Newton, right? Now, if your weight is 65 kg, you should, if you are saying that your weight is 65 kg, it is not your weight, it is a mass. If you multiply with the gravity, that is 9.81, then only it is converted into weight. Otherwise, you are saying your mass. Is it is clear?
Yes, sir.
But for a lazy man,
No,
if you
sir.
say
No, sir. No, sir.
not clear,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes,
because
sir. Not
Sir, little bit, sir. Little
yeah,
bit.
again I'll explain. Let us assume, yeah, I will give some clarity. Let us assume the gravity is 10 meters per second square instead of 9.81. For understanding sake, let us assume our gravity is 10 meter per second square, and let us consider a body of mass 50 kg. A person of mass 50 kg. If you multiply with 10 meter per second square, it will become 500 Newton. Let us say your grandparent or somebody asks what is your weight. If you say it is 500 Newton, he don't know anything about Newton. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
You will get
Yes,
confused
sir.
that yes or no, right? So that's why our habituated to say in terms of kg, but it's not weight. As a technical speaking, the weight should have units of Newton. If your weight is 65 kg, sir, if your mass is 65 kg, your weight you should say that it is 650 Newton. Now it is clear. Technically,
Yes, sir.
the
Okay.
weight should
Then
be
mine is 680 Newton.
680 Newton. If your mass is 68 kg, your weight is 680 Newton. Clear?
665 Newton, sir.
Okay, that's what. If you multiply with the gravity, whatever the value you are getting, that is your weight.
600 Newton, sir.
Okay, right.
Sir,
It's
fully
okay.
understood, sir. Fully
Right.
understood.
Okay, meet your mics, please. Next.
Yes, sir.
Work already discussed. So what we'll use some standard prefixes. You might have known this one. So starting from kilo, 1 kilo is 10 power 3 and plus 3, that is mega, plus 3 giga, plus 3 tera. 10 power 3, 10 power 6, 10 power 9, 10 power 12. Mostly we will go till mega. So mega Newton. right? Giganewton. Let us say the force applied is 100 giganewton, 50 giganewton. Giga means 10 power 9. Mega means 10 power 6. In the same way, if you go downside, deci as 10 power minus 1, you know, centi 10 power minus 2, milli is 10 power minus 3, macro is 10 power minus 6, nano is 10 power minus 9, etc. Right? So these are the standard prefixes we are going to use in this subject. And now coming to the system. So system is nothing but it is a fixed quantity of matter where we are studying the properties. So that is nothing but the system. So in the system, we are going to study the thermodynamic behavior of a system. So to define it more precisely, it
Sir,
is
आपकी आवाज
sir. Yeah, sorry.
बहुत slow आ रही है, sir.
Hello.
Sir, your sound is very less, very low.
Durgesh sir.
No, sir, for me it is okay.
Yeah.
What
maybe
about others?
all of you,
Sir,
please.
I don't know
mute
what's
your
the
video.
matter,
fine,
but
sir.
to me your voice is so clear, sir.
Sir, it's very clear, sir.
Please, all of
Clear,
you,
sir.
please. There will be
Very
option. If you see at the 3 dots, horizontal dots, there will be option stop incoming video. If you use that option, you can listen me clearly. Because if your internet is slow, if you on your video, you cannot listen. There will be lag between me and you. Don't on your videos, please. Stop your video so that it will be more clear. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. So a system is nothing but it is a region containing energy and or matter. So basically, as we know, this thermodynamics is basically dealing with energy and matter. Matter is nothing but mass. Energy is nothing but that is the energy that may be either heat, okay, in the form of heat. So here in this system, it is a fixed quantity of matter or a region in a space chosen for study. For example, let us consider a physical classroom. Let us assume you people are in, you assume that you are in the college. We are sitting in a class, let us say C005. That is your classroom. So I am taking the class for you, right? So the inside the class, you people are there. That is nothing but the system. Whoever is present inside the class, nothing but that is the system, right? So there will be a corridor. So some of the students came late and 5 to 6 students are waiting outside. Okay, so the 45 students who are present inside the class is nothing but the system. The 5 students, those who are waiting because of late, they are nothing but the surrounding. And there is a separator between you and the 5 students, nothing but that is the wall of the classroom. That is called boundary. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
System means where our focus, where we are studying the properties, that is our system. The thing which is outside the system is called surrounding. The surrounding is also a system. It may be a system. Those 5 students is nothing but a system. Surroundings, we are calling it a surrounding. Surrounding need not is also a system. This surrounding and system is separated by a boundary, nothing but a wall. So that is called boundary. System, surroundings, and boundary. Is it clear? Now you can see
Yes,
the
sir,
figure.
clear, sir.
Here we are the students inside the classroom, and some of them are waiting outside the classroom in the lobby. All right. So and this is the wall of the
Yes,
classroom. This is separating the these students with these students. This is called boundary. Okay. So right. So if this is the classroom. Students can enter. Students can leave. Right now.
Sir, I can't watch that. I can't watch the diagram, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is clear.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, so this is the classroom. So inside the classroom, all students are present. That is nothing but the system. So outside, some students are waiting in the lobby. These are the surroundings, and these surroundings and system are separated by the wall of the classroom. That is the nothing but the boundary. So there will be a door. Students can enter. Students can come. Right? Air can enter. Air can leave. Heat can enter. Heat can leave through the windows. Agree? Agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah, now coming to the surroundings. All matter and space external to the system is called surrounding. Right? Surroundings themselves may form another system. Somebody unmuted, please mute.
Okay.
All matter and space external to the system is called surrounding, as explained by you, by me. Note that surroundings themselves may form another system. Now, so there will be a note is there. Go through it clearly. Thermodynamics is concerned with the interactions of a system and its surroundings. Always there is interaction between system and surrounding. The outside student waiting outside the class, he will always disturb the students inside the class. Yes or no? Right? So he is always giving some signs. So like that, he will always disturb the students present inside the class like that. So there will be always interactions between the system and surrounding. A system is said to be interact with the surroundings when it starts transferring energy or mass or both across the boundary. Somebody will throw keys outside, somebody will exchange the mobiles through the windows. Yes or no? So this is nothing but exchanging of matter and energy. Right now, so exchanging of matter and energy will always takes place between the system and surrounding. Based on the category of exchanging the matter and energy, we are going to classify the systems that will be discussed in the coming slides. Is it clear? System always interact with the surroundings. Systems can interact with the surroundings. They can exchange matter. They can exchange energy. And surrounding itself is another system. A system is interacting with other system. That's it. Now boundary. Boundary is nothing but it is the real or imaginary surface that separates the system from its surroundings. That is called boundary. This boundary may be either fixed or movable or real or imaginary. I will explain what is fixed boundary, what is movable boundary, what is real boundary, what is imaginary boundary in the coming slides. Okay, so time being, you know that boundary may be any of these type. It may be fixed boundary. Now you can see in our classroom can we move the boundary of the classroom? Anyone?
No, sir.
No, we can't move the walls. So nothing but that is the fixed boundary. Okay, some cases there may be movable boundary. Let us assume the walls of the classroom may be done with some plywood and extra some with rollers. Therefore, we can move the classroom. We can adjust the walls of the classroom. That is nothing but movable boundary. And there may be some real or imaginary also. Okay, I'll explain in the next coming slides. Now, if you include system, surroundings, and boundary, all three together is called universe. Where we are all in the universe. Universe, it consists of system and surroundings. Okay, the combination of system and surroundings is called universe. Now you can, yeah, please mute your mics. Okay. Somebody.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
they are
Mute your
wantedly, sir. They are doing
Sir,
it
it's
wantedly,
roll
sir.
number 49.
Tell me his number. I will remove
Roll
him
number
from the
49.
meeting. Rule number 14.
Roll number 49.
No, need not to remove.
This
Please
is our
mute.
last warning to you.
Right now, are you able to see my screen right now? Now I am going to explain types of boundaries. As we have seen, there are 4 different types of boundary: fixed boundary or movable boundary, real or imaginary. Now let us consider a vessel consists of a gas and fitted with some boundary. Let us assume this boundary, this is lid. Let us say this is covered with lid, and this bowl or cylinder consists of some gas. Let us assume the mass of the gas is 2 kg and volume is 1 meter cube. Now at that instant, let us assume we did not apply any heat at the bottom. Now at this instant of time, this is the boundary. Okay, this is the boundary. Are you able to see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right now let us assume we are adding the heat to the system. So now this is my system because I am interested in the properties of this particular region. So this is my system. So for this system, I am adding heat with help of some external source. So usually if you heat the gas, what happens? The molecules of the gas will get activated. So its kinetic energy will be increased. So they will collide each other. Due to increase its kinetic energy, they will collide each other. Thereby its temperature will be increased. Right? So due to the addition of heat, its temperature will be increased, pressure will be increased. Then what happens to the lid? This lid will move upwards or it will be remains in that position? It will
Move
direction.
upwards, sir.
Now you can see this is the figure after application of the heat. Now what happens to the mass? Is the mass is going to change? No, mass is remains fixed, but the volume is increased from 1 meter cube to 1.5 meter cube. Now in this case, if you see this wall and this horizontal surface, there is no change in the boundary of these three, but there is change in the boundary of this side. You can see This boundary is called movable boundary. The remaining 3 boundaries are called fixed boundary. Is it clear? Fixed and movable boundary. Fixed and movable
Yes,
boundary.
sir. Clear, sir.
These 3 sides are fixed. Only this side can move because of the heat addition. That boundary is called moving boundary or movable boundary. Now coming to the down. So this is the case of nozzle. You might have heard the name nozzle. Okay, time being you know that nozzle is a device which is used to accelerate the flow. Means along the length of the nozzle you can find there is decrease in the cross section. Nothing but the area is going to decrease. If area decreases, what happens to velocity? Velocity will increase. Thereby its kinetic energy, means the velocity at this point is less than velocity at this point. Means the kinetic energy of the fluid entering into the nozzle is always in the increasing order. So that's the reason nozzles are used to accelerate the flow. If you want to increase the velocity of the fluid, you should fit it with a nozzle. Thereby its velocity is increasing. Now you can see this boundary and this boundary is fixed. Now where this nozzle is attached? This nozzle is attached to a pipe. Here also it is attached to something, some external pipe, right? So we don't know what is the length of the pipe it is connected. That's why this boundary is called imaginary boundary. And here also we don't know how much length of pipe is connected from this end. These 2 boundaries are called imaginary boundary. And this boundary is anytime it is fixed, this is called real boundary. Real boundary is always physical. Real boundary is always physical, and imaginary means we don't know the length, approximately something 1 meter, 2 meter. So unknown length we know, we can say that this is the imaginary boundary. Okay, so closed system here. Here control volume. I'll explain what is closed system, what is control volume in the coming slides. Okay, control volume means volume is fixed. Okay, right. Now we can see here one more example. Now, so here there is an entry here, right now. So mass can enter and this boundary can move. So in this case, this boundary is called movable boundary. If you add certain mass of gas or whatever it may fluid, so this boundary will move upward direction. So therefore this boundary is called moving boundary and this boundary is called fixed boundary.
Sir, hello, sir. Sorry to disturb. Can you move that a little bit upward, sir?
This one, right? It's not going. 1 second. The mouse. Yeah. Now. Yeah. Okay. So here the mass can enter the system whenever, let us say, the fluid is entering, right? So due to the fluid is entering, its volume is increased. So therefore this boundary is moving upward direction. Due to the force exerted inside, this boundary is moving upward direction. This boundary is called moving boundary or movable boundary, and this boundary is called fixed boundary. So this is the explanation about fixed boundary, movable boundary, real boundary, and imaginary boundary. Clear? Yeah. Now I'll move to next concept. Classification of systems. So basically thermodynamics, you know, system is nothing but it is a region or space where we are studying the properties, where our attention is focused to study the thermodynamic behavior of a system, right? So based on that, the system may be either closed system or open system or isolated system. So closed system means in the thermodynamics, if you remember, so in the first slide, it is we are studying about interaction of energy and matter. Study of interaction of energy and matter with respect to system and surrounding. Okay. Now in closed system, we can call it as a control mass because the mass of the system is fixed. The closed system contains fixed mass. No mass can cross the boundary. No mass can cross the boundary. Let us say we all students inside the class. Let us say everybody is joined and I close the door. No person can enter the class or no person can leave from the class. If you close the doors of a class, that is called a closed system. It is the mass of the system is always fixed. If I close the doors, the mass is always fixed. So that's why closed system is called a control mass. The characteristics are it contains fixed amount of mass and no mass can cross its boundary because the doors are closed. Okay, but energy in the form of heat or work can cross the boundary, right? So because the windows are open, the heat can enter, the heat can leave, the air, hot air can enter, or cold air can enter, hot air can leave. Got it? Mass cannot cross the boundary, but energy can cross the boundary. That is the case of closed system. And volume of closed system does not have to be fixed. The volume of closed system does not have to be fixed. Best example is, let us say you have a cup of coffee and you closed with a lid. What happens after some amount of time? If you open the lid, at the bottom of the lid you can find some water droplets. Do you know why the droplets are formed? Because due to the evaporation, due to the because of the coffee is in the hot position, due to the evaporation, vapors are formed. Those vapors are get condensed due to the surrounding atmosphere, and that will be, the vapors are converted into the water. Therefore, again those water will be again will be added to the coffee. That's why the mass is always fixed. The mass of the system is always fixed. That's why closed system is called control mass. You can see the example here. There is no mass interaction, but only energy interactions can take place. Let us say this is our classroom. Main gate is closed, but windows are open. We can exchange the energy in form of heat. This is the closed system. Okay, this is one more example. Let us say a cylinder is fitted with the movable piston, and as I explained you, this is the gas. If we heat the gas, due to its increase in kinetic energy of the molecules, its temperature and pressure is also increased. Okay, so due to the increase in the kinetic energy, so they will collide each other. Exchanging of momentum will takes place because they are having certain mass, and with the different velocities they are moving in the different directions. During that time, they are going to collide with each other. In that time, they are exchanging the momentum. Momentum is nothing but mass and velocity. So thereby this boundary is moving upward direction. This piston is moving upward direction. So only heat is added to the system, but the mass inside the system is remains fixed. You can see, so mass is fixed, 2 kg, 2 kg, but volume is increased. If you see last point, the volume of closed system
Sir.
does not have to be fixed. That is the
Sir.
reason. One second. The volume is increased from 1 meter cube to 3 meter cube. The mass remains fixed, 2 kg. This is the best example for the closed system. Now tell me.
Sir, what is actually piston made up of, or what is main use of piston?
Yeah, actually all our IC engines will work on piston cylinder arrangement. Okay, so piston is nothing but it is a cylindrical chamber. Inside we have cylinder is, it is a cylindrical chamber, and piston is also a cylindrical member. So I will show you. Actually,
Right, sir. Break time, sir.
break time. 1 minute. Okay, I will explain. One second. Mute your mics. Mute your mics, all of you. So I will explain piston cylinder arrangement tomorrow then. Okay. Is any
Yes,
doubt
sir.
you have, please ask me. If anybody is having doubts, please stay here. Remaining can leave. Those who are having doubts, they can stay back, and remaining can leave for the break.
For attendance,
Attendance I took.
you took. Okay, sir. So I am having no doubt. So can I leave?
Yeah, please. If you don't have any doubt, you can leave. If anybody is having
Okay.
doubt, they can stay. So the 10 minutes time
Sir,
is there.
what
I will
about the
enter.
attendance, sir?
Attendance I already downloaded.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. So we are leaving, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.